So if you guys want to learn how to trade options, purchase my ebook located at wordly41.gumroad.com. And basically, how did I make $399 trading NVIDIA call options? So at 1317, let's see. So basically, as soon as this candle landed on the 180-day moving average, I waited for NVIDIA to use the 180-day moving average as support, bounce off of it, and around 1346, I sold out the position, which is this next candle. So basically, as soon as I saw that my position was up 5 or 6%, I sold out the position, and that's how I made a gain of $399 trading NVIDIA call options. So this was an easy trade. Basically, pretty much for most of these trades, I try to use the moving average, and I try to use this strategy where I sell out the position once it's up either 5 or 10%. After that, I just move on to the next trade, and rinse and repeat that cycle over and over again. And basically what happens if the position is down, I don't know, let's say the position is down 10%, right? Basically, once that happens, right, I'll try to wait and see if that certain stock can touch other moving averages along the way as it's going down. If it does that, I'll basically just patiently wait and see if it can land on, any moving average that's below the stock price. And so after that happens, right, I'll basically buy a couple of more options, and that way my average being down 10% will be reduced. And so basically, instead of being down 10%, now it'll be down maybe 5% now. And so basically, I want to observe the trend of that stock, try to see if it can land on certain moving averages, right? And then basically try to get in as soon as that particular stock lands on that moving average. So let's say, I don't know, let me see if I can show you guys an example, right? But this isn't a good example, but let me see. Actually, I should do a trade tomorrow doing that. So okay, so here's a perfect example. So let's say I bought Google call options, right? Here on the, let me move this thing out the way. Let's say I bought Google call options here on the 180-day moving average, right? On the 1130 candle. Okay, I bought a couple of call options there, but now the next candle is literally below the 180-day moving average. So now it is broken below the 180-day moving average, right? So basically what I'll try to do now, okay, let me see if Google can land on the 200-day moving average. So now my position is down maybe like, I don't know, maybe now it's down maybe 10 or 15% maybe, right? Depending on the, the expiration that you have for these certain, options that will expire in. So maybe for now, right, let's say I'm pretending I'm trading options that expire in 4 or 5 days, right? Basically, this will make the trade a little bit more volatile because options will, these options will expire quickly, right? So basically, I bought options here on the 180-day moving average. It broke below the 180-day moving average. My next move from here is just to patiently wait, see if Google can land on the 200-day moving average. That's my next entry point. If it does decide to fall any further below, basically I'll just observe it on the 4-hour time chart and try to see where the trend is. If I start seeing that, okay, for example here, if the 9, well, not even the 9 or 20, let's say Google goes below the 180/200-day moving average, that's an immediate sell. But here's the thing, right? I sometimes try not to do that because that's only for when I'm doing like long-term swing trades. So basically what I try to do is, okay, I see that the Google used the 180, I mean, not the 180, but Google used the 200-day moving average, right? I bought another couple of call options there, right? Now my position is instead of being down 10%, now it's down 5%. Now that I bought some call options here on Google, as soon as it landed on the 200-day moving average. Now, basically what I want to try to do is basically I want to wait and see if it can get somewhat close to the previous moving averages that Google had broken through. So basically my next move from here is I would just patiently wait and see if it could approach either the 9-day moving average first or the 180-day moving average first. So you can see that you had not one but two opportunities. So let's say you patiently wait for Google to see a slight upwards momentum trend, right? And you see that it happens and it approaches the 9-day moving average. You sell out the position either for a small win or for a small loss. So try to have that in mind, where what's your max loss that you want to lose and your max win that you want to win, right? And so basically for me, right, let's say I'm not feeling really confident in this trade, I'm basically going to sell out the position as soon as it touches the approaches the 9-day moving average. And let's say I'm feeling really confident in the trade, right? I'll basically try to wait and see if it can approach the 180-day moving average. Once it approaches the 180-day moving average, I'll sell out the position, move on to the next trade, and rinse and repeat that cycle over and over again. That's basically what I try to do in a way. I also kind of try to analyze it on the long term spectrum of the chart. I try to use the 4-hour time chart because usually that's what tells you what the trend of that stock is in. So basically for now, for me right now, I still believe that Google is in an uptrend. I know it's below the 9-day moving average currently, but now that it is above the 180/200-day moving average, I do believe we're going to just see a little bit of downwards momentum for now, and then it's going to have its rise towards the upside sooner or later. I just feel like it's just having its ups and downs, that how it fluctuates with the market. So basically, if let's say the next move is okay, maybe Google could land on the 180 or 200-day moving average, I would just patiently wait and see if it can land on either of those two moving averages. But that would be only like on long-term swing trades or leap year call options. So I would try to stick to the 30-minute time chart if I'm just day trading or like short-term swing trading in a way. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what I try to do with these trades. And if you guys want to learn how to trade options, purchase my ebook located at worldly41.gumroad.com. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care. And as always, this is not financial advice. As always, take care. Bye.